I'm sure you've heard the news. Contracts can be a maze. Let's dive into arbitration issues related to interim payment certificates or IPCs. Discrepancies between the general conditions of contract or GCC and specific conditions of contract or SCC can lead to confusion. Think of GCC as the base recipe, covering standard procedures and terms. They're consistent and designed to apply broadly across similar types of contracts. Now enter SCC, which introduces customizations tailored to fit a particular project. These tweaks can lead to different requirements or procedures for handling IPC disputes. For instance, SCCs might modify standard payment procedures or certification processes. So what happens if GCC and SCC clash? The SCC usually wins. Why? Because it's designed to handle the unique aspects of your specific project. In essence, GCC gives you the foundation and SCC adds the details, ensuring that both broad and specific needs are covered. Understanding the interplay between GCC and SCC is crucial. It ensures your contracts are not just legally sound, but perfectly suited to your project's needs. Ready to navigate contracts like a pro? Let's get started. Now that you're familiar with GCC and SCC, let's dive deeper into a crucial aspect of contract management: interim payment certificates. An interim payment certificate is a document issued by a project manager or contract administrator to certify the amount of work completed to date and the payment due to the contractor. These certificates ensure that contractors are paid for their progress, keeping the project financially healthy and on track. But how do GCC and SCC influence this process? Let's break it down. First, the general conditions of contract, or GCC, lay the groundwork with standard provisions. They define the payment schedule, detailing how often interim certificates should be issued: monthly, bi-monthly, or as agreed. The GCC also outlines the certification process, specifying the roles and responsibilities of the contract administrator or project manager. It provides a method for calculating payments, usually based on the value of work completed or milestones achieved. Required documentation, such as progress reports and invoices, is also detailed here, along with the retention percentage held back as security against defects. On the other hand, the specific conditions of contract, or SCC, allow for customization. They may adjust the payment schedule to better suit the project's unique needs or introduce additional certification requirements like special inspections or approvals. The SCC can also specify unique methods for calculating interim payments or define specific milestones that must be met before payments are made. Variations in the scope of work and how they affect payments are often handled in the SCC, ensuring that any changes are accounted for. Dispute resolution mechanisms may also differ, offering alternative or expedited processes for resolving payment-related issues. The key to a smooth interim payment process lies in the harmonization of GCC and SCC. Consistency between these documents is crucial to avoid confusion and disputes. Clear communication about any changes made in the SCC relative to the GCC ensures all parties understand the interim payment procedures. Documentation and approval processes should be well defined and integrated, and any disputes should be managed according to the procedures set out in both the GCC and SCC. In summary, while the GCC provides a standard framework, the SCC allows for necessary modifications tailored to the specific needs of your project. By ensuring these documents complement each other, you can navigate interim payments smoothly, keeping your project on track and financially sound. Ready to master interim payments? Let's move forward. Now that we've explored the intricacies of interim payment certificates under the general conditions of contract, GCC, and specific conditions of contract, SCC, it's important to understand potential challenges in arbitration related to IPCs. These challenges often arise due to inconsistencies, ambiguities, and procedural complexities in how the GCC and SCC interact with arbitration processes. Let's delve into these key weaknesses and how they can impact your project. First, inconsistencies between the GCC and SCC can lead to confusion and disputes. Different arbitration rules or processes in the GCC and SCC may result in conflicting requirements for initiating or conducting arbitration, causing delays in dispute resolution. Ambiguities in arbitration provisions also create uncertainty. Unclear definitions of arbitrable disputes regarding IPCs and ambiguous procedures for arbitration can complicate the resolution process, making it harder to resolve disagreements effectively. Conflicts in certification and payment procedures between the GCC and SCC can pose significant issues. Disputes over how IPCs are certified or processed, along with variations in payment calculations, can lead to disagreements that are challenging to resolve if the GCC and SCC provide conflicting instructions. The complexity of dispute resolution processes further complicates arbitration. Variations in arbitration procedures, such as different institutions or rules, can create complications and increase legal and administrative costs for the parties involved. A lack of harmonization between the GCC and SCC can lead to inefficiencies. When provisions are not aligned, it can result in procedural disputes or delays in arbitration, increasing the administrative burden and reducing the efficiency of dispute resolution. Conflicts regarding governing laws and jurisdiction for arbitration can create legal challenges. Differences in the governing law specified in the GEC and SCC can lead to disputes about which jurisdictions' laws apply, affecting the enforceability of arbitration awards. Different documentation and evidence requirements in the GCC and SCC can lead to challenges in arbitration. Disagreements may arise over which documentation or evidence is required, and variations in proof standards can complicate the arbitration process and affect outcomes. Timing and notification issues are also prevalent. Variations in deadlines for raising disputes or submitting claims and discrepancies in notification procedures can create conflicts over whether disputes are timely and properly initiated. Finally, arbitration issues related to IPCs can impact project execution and completion. Disputes over IPCs and the resulting arbitration process can lead to delays in project execution and completion, and protracted arbitration can result in cost overruns due to additional legal fees and extended project timelines. To mitigate these challenges, ensure that both the GCC and SCC are clearly drafted and harmonized to avoid inconsistencies and ambiguities in arbitration provisions, address potential discrepancies and conflicts during contract negotiation, and establish comprehensive and aligned arbitration procedures to ensure clarity and efficiency in resolving disputes. Conduct a thorough legal review to ensure that arbitration clauses and procedures are consistent and enforceable in relevant jurisdictions. By proactively addressing these weaknesses, parties can improve the effectiveness and efficiency of arbitration related to IPCs, minimizing disputes and facilitating smoother project execution.